Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Shamir Medical Center. My name is Dr. Osnat Levtzion Korach, and I'm the CEO. As the fourth largest government hospital in Israel, Shamir Medical Center provides for over 1 million residents in Israel's central region with the state-of-the-art medical care and services. Serving an economically and socially diverse community, we are proud to be the medical home base for the cultural mosaic that is Israel. At the heart of our approach is the personalized and accessible care we deliver to all of our patients and their families, and an unwavering commitment to the community we serve. I am proud to say that Shamir Medical Center is home to multiple centers of excellence, including an exceptionally advanced radiology department with world-class imaging capabilities. We always strive to be in the forefront of innovation in order to continue to increase the accessibility of medical procedures and treatment for all. Therefore, we find Nanox to be a natural partner, and we're delighted to highlight the Nanox Arc features during this first time ever virtual broadcast from our medical center.
Thank you for joining us on our journey together for better health and for hosting us today here at the renowned Shamir Medical Center with its highly advanced medical imaging capabilities. Thank you, Osnat, and welcome everyone to the Nanox tour at the RSNA 2021. We have been very busy since last year's RSNA advancing the Nanox Arc system, which has the potential to improve accessibility and aims to drive a significant increase in the delivery of medical imaging all over the world. Besides greater availability and accessibility, we believe the Nanox Arc system and its end-to-end ecosystem will enable healthcare providers to obtain crucial information, which has the potential to shorten diagnosis and treatment time and promote early detection. It is well known that earlier intervention is a key contributor to better health outcomes for patients. A more accessible medical imaging technology would not be enough to transform the global marketplace. So we also decided to incorporate an AI capability to complement our technology. Nanox.AI fulfills that need and provides the image analytics necessary to help locate a problem and begin the process of diagnosis and treatment. Today, we will unveil the Nanox Arc features and introduce AI-enabled medical imaging software solutions. So, buckle up and enjoy the ride as we walk you through the unveiling of the features of the Nanox Arc. Today, we'd like to introduce you to the Nanox Arc system, its operation and use. The Nanox Arc is installed in a standard X-ray room, just like other general radiography systems. As you can see, the Arc has three main components: the table assembly, an electrical cabinet, and the operation console. This arrangement enables simple room positioning and a quick installation. The Nanox Arc design enables easy patient access from all sides. The motorized patient table is large, flat, and with no cabling in the patient area for safety and cleanliness. It provides full patient coverage, and at the height of 48 centimeters or about 19 inches, it is easy for elderly or paraplegic patients to mount it. The large 17 by 17 inch or 43 by 43 centimeters flat panel detector located underneath the table provides high-resolution images. We aim to design the Nanox Arc to be a multi-source 3D tomosynthesis system. The Nanox Arc will scan adult patients to produce 3D tomosynthesis images. Digital tomosynthesis is an imaging technique that combines a few dozens of low-dose images into a 3D X-ray image. It can potentially separate overlapping structures at a lower dose than that of CT and a greater clinical value than that of a 2D X-ray. The Nanox Arc is a multi-source system, and it contains 5 of our cold cathode tubes equally distributed above the patient table. Each Nanox tube contains a Nanox source, the Nanox chip. This is disruptive. Nanox introduced a transformation for a 126-year-old technology. While the medical imaging market innovated, the X-ray source itself remained based on a hot cathode with a filament that generates extreme heat. The Nanox digital chip can maintain low temperature and power, releasing any number of electrons we want. We can create a small tube that costs much less. It is very small and light. This is the Nanox revolution, taking us from the analog world to the digital world. Moreover, Nanox has already received FDA clearance of our single-source Nanox CART X-ray system using our unique cold cathode tube. This clearance is a key validation of Nanox digital X-ray source and potentially holds many implications for imaging globally. Our cold cathode tubes have an advantage of being able to be connected in parallel and then switched rapidly, a feature that is heavily utilized by the Nanox Arc system. Let's return to the Nanox Arc, our multi-source system. The arc tilts from -18 to +18 degrees above the patient, producing several low-dose projections from each tube. The arc is controlled using a slick tablet device running an easy-to-control and friendly UI. Patient intake is easy and straightforward, and so is the protocol setup. From here, the radiographer can select the body region to be scanned, adjust the imaging protocols, and view the results. Scanning is performed from this control area. The system has an integrated wide-view camera that captures and monitors patient position and movement during scanning. Once we've positioned the patient, scanning is quick and easy. Each Nanox Arc is securely connected to the Nanox cloud via the internet. During each study, the projection images are sent to the Nanox cloud for conversion to a tomosynthesis image. A constant connection to this Nanox cloud will enable us to deploy, update, monitor, and service the ARCs. We believe that to protect the lives of us all, we must now work together to prevent the pandemics and health challenges of the future. By joining forces and making a coalition, we can make an impact. Nanox aims to build a global infrastructure for medical imaging and therefore provide accessibility and affordability to patients on a global scale. Now, let's unveil 2 of our new procedures filmed earlier at the Nanox X-ray room facilities.
This is a tomographic examination of a normal chest phantom with the Nanox Arc. And these sections provide us with a great degree of clarity in assessing structures all the way from the spine anteriorly through the lungs, and seeing great detail in terms of the blood vessels, as well as the central airways, the margins of the mediastinum, all the way anteriorly where we see a very clear depiction of the sternum and the manubrium. This kind of demonstration is really an intriguing advance over standard projectional radiographs in offering an opportunity to provide greater clarity for subtle lesions within the chest that wouldn't be seen necessarily on a projectional radiograph.
Let's look at a pelvis tomosynthesis study. Let's start scrolling from posterior to anterior. At this level here, posteriorly, all the bones are blurred because we're at the level of the posterior soft tissues. As we move on forward, the spinous processes become sharp, as well as the sacrum and the coccyx. Look at the neural foramina here, and the posteriormost aspect of the right iliac bone. As we continue moving forward, these become blurred, while the sacroiliac joints become sharp, and also the ischial tuberosities. As we continue moving forward, now we can see the vertebral bodies sharp and the hip joints. Now we're also at the level of the greater trochanters. There is a lytic lesion here in the femur of this phantom, and we can see very nicely the trabecula of the proximal femurs. As we continue moving anteriorly, we're losing the sharpness of all of those parts of the pelvis, but now the pubis symphysis and the superior rami are sharp because they are anterior.
For more new features, please visit our virtual booth at the ARC section.
Hello and welcome to the Radiology Department of Shamir Medical Center. We pride ourselves in utilizing the most advanced imaging equipment to ensure that all our studies are held to the highest international standards. I am very excited about collaboration with Nanox, as we are always looking to be in the front of technological innovation.
Medical imaging systems are an important diagnostic tool that we believe are key to increasing early detection and better patient outcomes around the world. At Nanox, we are truly striving to democratize medical imaging for all. We designed our system to be easy to deploy and train. This will help us to democratize medical imaging and promote early detection. As part of enhancing the early detection concept, we will showcase its AI-enabled medical imaging software population health solutions as part of its value-based care offerings for healthcare systems and payers expected to set a new standard in the medical technology sector. At Nanox, we believe that having more accessible medical imaging technology would not be enough to transform the global marketplace, but we also are in need of AI capabilities to complement our technology. Nanox.AI fulfills this need and provides the image analytics necessary to facilitate the process of diagnosis and treatment. Nanox.AI has developed excellent data and machine learning platforms with which to create AI solutions, including 8 FDA-cleared products and 1 pending, as well as numerous CE marks in Europe and regulatory approvals in other countries. We also have many research publications and granted patents in the field of artificial intelligence. The most valuable and unique asset we have is our data repository. We have a large privately held data repository in the AI field with over 30 million patient records and 10 years of clinical patient histories. This rich data, accrued from several diverse sources, allows us to create a generalizable AI platform that is accurate and effective in different institutions across the globe and on a diverse patient population. Our advanced natural language processing capabilities allow us to analyze radiology reports of those millions of studies in our data warehouse and easily pull out the ones we need for any given project, including the positive, negatives, and those cases in which the radiologists were unsure of the finding, which allow us to create rich data sets for training and testing our algorithms. Here you can see the data labeling platform that we have designed and created in-house. We are able to create various data labeling exercises for our taggers to fine-tune our data and extract the details needed from the images to create our sophisticated AI algorithms. Here at Nanox.AI, we are focusing on chest CT scans. This is for 2 reasons. Firstly, many of the chronic health conditions that are significant world health problems can be identified with early biomarkers on these scans. Secondly, chest CTs are commonly acquired for a variety of reasons, such as trauma, pneumonia, or COVID, providing imaging data which we can screen the population. Cardiovascular disease, pulmonary disease, liver disease, and osteoporosis all have biomarkers in chest CT scans. Identifying those biomarkers could be the key to unlocking the world of chronic medical conditions to enable early patient identification and preventative medical treatment. Cardiovascular disease. It's a worldwide pandemic. Even as we tackle the COVID pandemic, cardiovascular-associated diseases are still the leading cause of death worldwide. To make the situation even more challenging, people are typically asymptomatic in the early stages of the disease process. In fact, approximately half of patients who have cardiovascular disease only become aware of it as they experience their first heart attack. How can we screen the population? All chest CT scans acquired for any clinical indication is sent to the PACS. The images from the PACS are then routed to our AI agent, which de-identifies the patient information from the images themselves. The anonymized images are sent to the Nanox.AI cloud, where our AI analytics agent runs the appropriate algorithm and returns results, which are then sent back to the medical center for re-identification, and the results get reconnected with the patient medical information. Together, they appear in the PACS, available for the radiologist within the study and as part of their regular workflow. The AI results act as a clinical assist tool, allowing the radiologist to easily validate and report the chronic medical condition identified by our AI. This workflow and platform are supported by all security certifications and are HIPAA compliant. Once the patient gets to the preventative therapies, medical or interventional, that they need, we will see the decreasing morbidity and mortality associated with cardiovascular disease, which will result in financial value by decreasing costs associated with this chronic later stage disease. Population health takes on a different dimension when you talk about the Nanox Arc. The Nanox Arc aims for efficient, affordable imaging with wide distribution throughout both the developing and the non-developed world. It will potentially increase the accessibility of the most common procedures, such as chest and extremity X-rays. Now, why is that important? We live in the United States, and we're used to having a CT scanner or an X-ray machine at our disposal. But the reality in much of the world is quite different. 2/3 of the world have no significant access to medical imaging, and so increasing accessibility to imaging can impact population health throughout the world. However, the pool of radiologists worldwide is limited. Making imaging so accessible using the Nanox Arc has the potential to create a radiology bottleneck and increase the work overload. And this is what we hope to solve using artificial intelligence. How do we plan to do that? Our idea is to use the vast and deep AI technology within Nanox.AI and train the algorithms on Nanox Arc tomographic images to enable efficient and accurate radiology reporting of chest and extremity studies, as those study types cover the basics of imaging needs throughout the world. In many parts of the world, being able to get a chest X-ray or an X-ray of your wrist would be a leap forward in making basic imaging accessible to all. Nanox plans to manage those images. How? We can prioritize and categorize the images appropriately by identifying and separating out all the normal cases that do not require immediate radiology evaluation and highlight cases with abnormal findings to make the throughput for the radiologists more efficient and reduce the workload. And with the help of the teleradiology offering from USARAD, a company also recently acquired by Nanox, we hope to make imaging accessible, data management effective, and radiology reporting efficient and accurate. Nanox.AI is all about population health, whether it is by making imaging accessible worldwide or by promoting preventative healthcare with the algorithms we create for already existing imaging modalities. As we believe artificial intelligence will unlock the world of medical imaging, making it accessible and affordable via the Nanox Arc, while also enhancing the ability of traditional CT scans to make an impact on chronic medical conditions. We really hope you enjoyed the tour. I sure did. We must remember, many people around the globe lack significant access to medical imaging, which can help promote early detection and potentially save lives. This is why we founded Nanox. And every day we are getting a bit closer to our mission. Thank you very much, and see you next year.